Framed by Ronnie O Sullivan. Read by Nick Moran. Chapter 1. Frankie James watched the mystery blonde getting dressed at the end of his bed. Nice figure, nice smile. Good sense of humour, too, from what he could remember from last night. He'd met her at the 100 Club on Oxford Street. Some new Mancunian band, touted as the next big thing in Britpop, had been in town. His best mate Spartak had been running the door and had let him in for free. Frankie had spotted her halfway through the gig. 6 foot in heels, nearly as tall as him. She'd caught him checking her out, hadn't even blinked, just stared back. A challenge. He'd never been able to resist one of them. He racked his brains. Bollocks, what was her name? Michelle, Mary, or even May? Christ, his head was throbbing. How much had he drunk? Bloody hell, he was slipping back into the bad old ways. Had been trying to cut down. Had screwed up again. He glanced over at the crumpled-up AA leaflet in the corner of his bedroom. He didn't even remember where he got it from. It'd been there for weeks, months. He didn't believe in that group therapy shit. More willpower. That's how he kicked the coke, wasn't it? Just by saying no. But something still kept stopping him from binning that leaflet anyhow. He buckled his belt over his pressed black suit trousers and took a dry, clean white shirt from his wardrobe and pulled it on. He stared at the girl. "Stop gawping," she warned him with a grin. Hard not to. She was standing in just her black satin knickers and bra with her hands on her hips. "You've seen the rest of my clothes?" she asked. "In the lounge," he said. "At least, I think." That was where they started, wasn't it? He watched her sashay out through the door and down the short corridor. Blimey, she was a looker, all right. Fit. Maybe even a keeper, as his mum might have said. A couple of years back, Frankie would have made more of an effort. Cooked her a bacon sarnie, asked her out for dinner, got to know her properly. But he had way too much crapola on his plate for that now. Narrowing his ice-blue eyes against the sun, he pulled up the blind and gazed down from the flat second-floor window. It was just gone 8 and hardly any of the shops, bars, delis or clubs in Poland Street were open. Didn't mean Soho was quiet, though. Shopkeepers were busy moving the homeless from outside their doors. Junkies and wasted clubbers stumbled past. Commuters trudged miserably into work. In the distance, a siren wailed. "Our kingdom," that's what Frankie's dad had always told him. "And don't let any other bastard ever tell you different." Frankie took his dad's watch from the bedside table and slipped it on. A Rolex, a real one, with the old man's name engraved on the back. Frankie loved how heavy it felt. "Think of it like an insurance policy," his dad had once said. "Even if everything else in your life turns tits up, right here you've still got something you can cash in to start over." Frankie clenched his fist. A boxer's fist, just like his dad. Just like the rest of his family, going right back. Frankie's granddad and great-uncle had both been pros. The bloodthirsty James boys, people had called them, though never to their faces. No one ever had the bollocks for that. Neither brother had ever made the big time. Not through lack of talent, mind, more a lack of the right promoter. Rumour had it that they both ended up working as enforcers for the Richardson gang back in the 50s. Frankie's was a family some people round here were still wary of. Not just because of who his granddads were, but because of what they said his father had done. Frankie turned to see the blonde standing in the bedroom doorway, wearing the same little black dress and heels he'd relieved her of last night. "I've written down my number," she said, pulling on a thigh-length fake fur coat. She swiped a bright pink lipstick across her mouth and blew him a small kiss. Her accent was expensive, educated. He tried to remember if he'd asked her where she was from, but nothing concrete sprang to mind. Probably somewhere posh like Berkshire or Surrey. The kind of place where girls like her rode ponies while their mums and dads hunted foxes. Somewhere far from here. He said, "Thanks." She gave him that stare again, that challenge. What was she after? His number? He let the silence hang. "I'll walk you out," he said, fishing out a pair of silver dice cufflinks.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?